Manchester United 3, Liverpool 2. And once again, we've done the double over the champions. Well, it won't be for much longer, will they? Literally a game of two halves. I'm so happy we won that. Overall, we was much the better team throughout the whole game. We could have been 3 or 4-0 up, or we could have lost that game 3-2. That's the type of game that was. I just don't get it. First half, we was on fire. 2 quick fire goals. We set the tempo in the game. We was all over Liverpool. Even after that, chances we had, it could have been 3, it could have been 4. I was sitting there thinking we're going to get revenge for that 7-up they gave us a few years ago. I thought, yeah, let's go and put 4 or 5 on this team. Low in confidence, they were rattled, they were all over the place. We was cruising. Liverpool couldn't get nowhere near us. They couldn't even get a Daniel Westbrook, not a Robbie Fowler. The only thing they were doing was shooting from long range. That was it. That's the only opportunities they got in that first half. They created nada, nothing. I knew we was going to do well today. I just knew it. In that first half, Liverpool played to our strengths. They held the ball. We sat in our shape and counter-attacked them. Giving us space, that is like giving candy to a baby. That is our strengths. When we've got space to run in behind, when Bruno's got the time to go and pick a pass, that's when we're at our best. Every time we nicked the ball off Liverpool, we looked like scoring. It was entertaining. It was like, what's going to happen now? Can we get another goal? Mainoo and Casemiro, when they're setting deep, that's when we see Mainoo at his best because he'll end up nicking the ball and then he can get in that in tight spaces, get the ball forward. Casemiro, intercepting, defensive-minded. That's his strengths. We was comfortable, so comfortable in that first half. I didn't see how that wasn't going to be a 3 or 4-0 win. I generally didn't. I thought we was playing the FA Cup. I thought we was playing Tranmere at home. That's how bad it looked. We was comfortable. It was easy. But then I'm not sure what happened at halftime. Second half begins, and it was like Back to the Future. It was like watching the United team of old. We literally crumbled. It was like Arsenal in their prime. Looked like we was the dessert. In that first 15 to 20 minutes in that second half, we could have thrown the game away. Ahmad comes on the pitch, gives the ball away. Szoboszlai, to be fair, it's a good goal. Have to give him some credit. He's been their best player this season. Punishes us. And then Lamens, I've praised him so much. Everyone will praise him. He's a goalkeeper. He's going to make mistakes. But that nearly cost us. The pass, it wasn't on at all. Even when you see they use the camera from behind the goal, you look up, the pass wasn't on. It just wasn't on. He's played, and the pass obviously was a bad pass. And then you're thinking, for how good we was in that first half, our lead was just wiped like that. And then literally, Liverpool are letting us have the ball. And then we're just all over the place. We're giving it away. We was killing them in the first half on the counter-attack. We was killing them. And then roles were reversed in that second half. And then it almost could have been 3-2 Liverpool. It almost could have been. Szoboszlai from a set piece whips one in. Goes across the face of goal. I don't know what happens. Lamens ends up clearing it with his feet. That could have been nasty. It could have ended nastily there. But this isn't just something that's happened today. This has happened for a while. It's not just this season. It's been an ongoing thing with our players. How we can be so good in one half and then come out another half and be dumb and dumber. Or be dumb and dumber in the first half and be so good in the second half. Like, I just don't get why we're like this. But gratefully, we found a way. Obviously, Liverpool were not going to be able to just hold the ball for that whole of the second half. We did start to build into the second half after that 15, 20 minutes where we was absolutely poor. So ball in from Luke Shaw. Ahmad, he tries to header it back. Poor clearance from McAllister, but who's there? Kobbie Mainoo. Composed, quality finish. Keeper had no chance. After that goal, we got back into our shape. We looked more like we was in the first half. And then literally Liverpool, I can't even remember them making a chance the whole game after that. After Mainoo scored for the rest of the game, Liverpool offered nothing. They didn't even look like scoring. Nothing. And I just don't understand what happened in that 15, 20 minutes. Like I said, totally different team. But even on top of that as well, when we was 2-1, then 2-2, the shape just went out the window. Casemiro and Mainoo were in different postcodes. That's how far the gap was between them both. And then, like I said, Liverpool were just countering us. We were just giving them space. And we don't really have the most athletic defenders as it is. Maguire and Shaw are not that athletic. Obviously, Heaven, he's got the legs. Obviously, Dalot's got legs, to be fair, but he's quite rash. So we were just getting picked apart. Not sure what was going on. Casemiro was trying to go and find a winner. Normally, he's so disciplined. He's our go-to person to settle everything down. But we had a mental 15, 20 minutes where we was fortunate not to lose that game. Like I said, I'm so happy. Beating Liverpool is always a joy. It always is. Puts even more of a downer on their season. They're probably going to scrape fourth. From winning the league last season to scraping fourth this season. Spending 500 million. Crazy. But listen, of course, I am happy we won. Champions League is secured. I do think Villa will drop points later. I think we'll finish third anyway. That's what should have been our target this season anyway. We should have been the third or fourth best team in the league. We're playing one game a week. Wasn't happening under Amarim. It was a scrap for the Champions League spots. Since Carrick's come in, we are the best team in the league. We're 2 points clear of Arsenal since he's come in. We would have been top of the league. I know it doesn't work like that, but theoretically, that's how good Carrick's done. That's 10 wins in 14 or 15, I think. So fair play to him. Listen, he's done really well. He's done what I'd expect us to do. Progress this season, slowly but surely, get up the league. Obviously, wasn't going to be hard to be any worse than what we was last season. We finished 15th. So, like I said, before, even when Amarim was in charge, we have to finish third or fourth. If not, then he has to be sacked. Carrick's come in and done what he's needed to do. Got some big results as well. That's Liverpool. He's beat Arsenal, Manchester City, Spurs. Can't really count Spurs because they're 18th, but they are meant to be a top six team. He's beat Villa. He's beaten all the big teams. We lost to Newcastle, obviously. That can happen. Silly mistakes cost us that game. But overall, Carrick's interim charge has been a success. He's been really good. So we have to give him a lot of praise. Whether or not he gets the job full time, I don't know. It's difficult. It's going to be a really interesting summer at Manchester United, that is for sure. Whatever happens, manager-wise, player-wise, there does need to be a bit of a shake-up at this club. Otherwise, we will forever just be that Tottenham-ish kind of place where we do half decent in the season, then we're going to progress into the next season and start challenging, but then we don't. And then we're in the Champions League for a season or two, then we're not in the Champions League for a season or two. And we need to hit that consistency where we're at least top four every single season. And then we can start to go for the titles and the bigger trophies. But yeah, there needs to be a big shake up this summer. But even if I quickly go through that first half, like we always do good in big games, by the way. We always do good in big games. The reason why I say that is because it suits us. We're so good when our players have got that space to run in behind. We're a good counter-attacking team. And Buemo, Cunha, Sesko as well, he's no slouch. He's quite quick as well. So we are good when teams play to our strengths. Mainoo's good when he's got the ball in tight spaces, when he's getting pressed. Our problem, and it has been for years, is breaking down these teams that sit with everyone behind the ball. That's been our problem. And we've always wanted it to be Bruno. If Bruno can't do it, then we don't win games. But now with the likes of people like Cunha and then Buemo, obviously Buemo's been a bit quiet the last couple of months, but Cunha and Bruno together, they have really taken us up a level because it's not always on Bruno. Look at today, Cunha with another big goal. He then scored against Arsenal as well, scored the winner, scored against Villa. He's come up with some big goals, Cunha. But if we quickly go on to the team, Lamans, apart from the mistake, he done well. The first goal, he had no chance. He passed it through the legs and it hits off Dalot's heel or Maguire's heel and then it puts it right in the corner. So he had no chance. Second goal, obviously, it was just, he just didn't think. He just didn't think. He's just got to go long. The ball wasn't on and then it was a bad pass. Not great. Going to our back four, I think Shaw and Dalot done all right, to be fair. Dalot's just, again, he does some good things and then does some bad things. He's just never really consistent for a whole 90 minutes or even 70, to be fair. But listen, he done all right. He was a bit shaky later on once that Rio come on. To be fair, what a player he is at 17. I think Shaw done well as well, to be fair. Another yellow card, but listen, he's played every game and he's been consistently decent. So unfortunately, I don't know why he only does it in World Cup years when he wants to get in the squad, but he's done well, Luke Shaw. He done well today. And then Heaven and Maguire, they done well as well. Again, didn't really have much to do. They've conceded 2 goals. And to be fair, they were pretty solid the whole game, both of them. So it is unfortunate that we've conceded that many goals because both of their goals come from mistakes. It wasn't like we got ripped open. We gave them the goals. We gave them to them. And that's the frustration I'd probably say from today because Liverpool were not in the game. Midfield three, Mainoo and Casemiro for the majority of the game were good. Again, like I said, we just had that 15, 20-minute spell where we was just all over the place. Mainoo and Casemiro in different postcodes. It was crazy. I'm not sure how that's happened. I'm not sure how we've got to that stage, but we got the win. We got the win. It's a great finish from Mainoo, by the way. Bruno was good today. I'm not sure if he's going to get that assist or not. See some good things from him and then see some things where he just went back to his usual self or just doing erratic stuff. But listen, he's good. He's the difference maker in most games. And we need someone like him, his qualities. And then our front three, I thought Buemo started the game well and then he just kind of drifted out. Again, he does this a lot. I've always said, unless he scores or assists, you don't really notice him. But that first 15, 20 minutes from Buemo, he was so good. Him and Bruno on that right-hand side, no one could get near him. Robertson was all over the place. He didn't know what to do. They couldn't get near Bruno. But yeah, like I said, I don't know what happened. And Buemo just slowly come away from the game. Obviously, Ahmed come on. He didn't really play much better. Obviously, Sesko, he got another goal again. That's 11 Premier League goals, I believe. And he's barely even played minutes-wise. If you compare his minutes to other strikers, he's got a very good goals to minutes ratio. So, listen, you just got to be in there. And that's what we haven't had. With Hoyland, again, I didn't really rate him anyway, but he just wasn't in the box. He just wasn't in the box, and it just didn't make sense. Whereas Sesko, look how many goals he's got from just being in the box, being in the right place, and they all count. And it was a big goal. 2-0, I thought it could have been a lot more, but... And then Cunha, again, another quality performance from Cunha. Offers so much. That's the difference between Cunha and Buemo. Cunha doesn't need to score or assist, and you notice him on the pitch, his work rate, his performance, what he does on the ball, the way he can just drive past players, get in and out of tight situations. He just does things. He uses his brain on the football pitch. I know he's playing on the left, but he doesn't stay out there as a touchline winger. Sometimes he drifts inside. He just always thinking, always moving in and around the box. And again, it's a great finish from him, another goal for him. So listen, we done all right today. Like I said, that 15, 20-minute period nearly cost us the game, but it's a win. We've beaten Liverpool again. We're in the Champions League next season.